Okay, g'day guys, Wereman here, welcome back to the workshop. I'm sitting here on a Friday afternoon. I've had caffeine because I've got housework I've got to do. But I thought I'd stop, take a break, have a Kilkenny, and continue our series on what did I buy with Mad Cat money. If you remember, Mad Cat money is 24,233,125 C-bills. I'm going to have that number memorized by the time I finish this lot. The Mad Cat is a solid damage dealing machine. It is insanely powerful, okay? But for the same C-bill cost, I can take some really solid units. The last time I went through an entire company of units that I bought with that money, 3 to 4 Lancers is a company, so 3 Lancers, 1 company, and I'm building them with formations in mind, so I'm sticking with the C-bill scenario rules that we set up for this thing. Hopefully you guys have seen the scenario or watched it as it scrolled past or downloaded it or something. Oh, damn, that's good. This series of short audios is just to drive the point home that crossing tech bases when you're using C-bills to make your units is probably not a good idea. I mentioned in my disclaimer all those ages ago that I am a chronic fence sitter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you why something is really bad, and then I'm going to encourage you to try it anyway. Or I'm going to say you could try doing this, but it's probably not going to work, right? I'm trying not to offer too much advice, especially not tactical advice, because anybody who's watched our battle reports knows that I can't do this to save my life. But I enjoy the game. And I think having a muck around with the game is fun. What I would say, though, is make sure you are putting stipulations on your force building, because if you don't, this sort of thing will happen, okay? So let's have a look at the second, and this is another company worth of units that I've bought here. Again, combined arms, because vehicles are super cheap. And I have topping out at 23,347,290. So that is almost, not quite, almost a million short of Mad Cat money. So I've got a wee smidge there that I could chuck another, like an infantry unit in. Infantry is very cheap. I could probably afford to do a company of infantry and a couple of units to move them if I felt like it. I might have to have a look into that and see how much they are, actually, because that would be even better. But the company, I decided a little under a million less, and I've got combined arms with the stuff that we've covered so far, so mech vehicles. And I think I'm happy with that. So, as always, because I'm the one building this, I'm the one thinking this through, I'm the one that's coming up with stuff. What I've done is I've made a fire lance. And a fire lance, and it's, again, all missile boats, because all missile boats means that I don't have to muck around with snipers and trying to find weight limits and things like that. So from the bottom end, I've got a Valkyrie. A Valkyrie is a solid little fire support mech. I don't know if we've ever mentioned it before, but it's a pretty quality little mech. I quite like it. The QA, I think it is. It's basically just medium laser and an LRM-10. That's the QA. And it's on a 585 light mech. He's only got 96 points of armor, but for the light mech, 96 points out of 105, that's not actually that bad. An LRM-10 with a ton of ammo and a medium laser, and he counts as a missile boat. So you can include it in like fire lancers with other missile boats for free, and you can make him the charge forward type sort of thing. With a 585, not bad maneuverable. 2,205,320 sea bills. Then we go to the Whitworth. The Whitworth is a solid little mech as well. I know the Whitworth gets a bit of hate. I've seen just a little bit of like stuff with people going, it's crap. Everything is subjective, right? Everybody's going to have their favorites. Everybody's going to have their hates, right? I quite like the Whitworth. I think I've got a couple of them in my minis there. 2.9 million for the Whitworth. The Trebuchet is one of my absolute favourites. 4.2 million, 4.3. And the Longbow rounds out the Firelance. The Longbow is only 7,408,325 sea bills. So you can't quite get a lance of them for the 24 million. You go about 4 mil over, but you can definitely include it in there and fill that Firelance out with a few lighter, cheaper missile boats or even snipers, and just go for it. Then I did a support lance. So the support lance is supporting the fire lance, which means that one of these units per turn gets the sniper ability. I've again taken Savannah Masters because Savannah Masters round out a lance really, really nicely. And if you're doing something like support lance, where it doesn't have any requirements, you just have to support another lance, then they're really, really good for spotters, right? Really good for spotters. So I've got two of them. I also have a Panther, the old school Panther, just the PPC, and I think he's got a missile rack on there. That's it. That's all I need, right? PPC, if he gets in range of someone and you reckon he'll get line of sight, give him that one sniper thing. It's good solid mech. 2.5-ish million, right? And then I rounded that out with a Centurion. And a Centurion is, again, just a solid all-rounder mech. 3.5-ish million. So not exactly expensive either for what you get. And then I made myself a Recon Lance. And it is 4 Savannah Masters. And a lance full of Savannah Masters, which Recon gives them the movement ability. What is it? Maneuvering Ace. So they can lateral shift. And yeah, I think it was Adam W, or was it Mikey, that pointed out that lateral shift actually also goes backwards. And yes, it does. It also means that you have to walk to do that because you can't run and go backwards. So with something like a Locust, you're saving points by going backwards, but you're losing 4 points because you can't then run that turn. You can't declare a run and go backwards. So I should have mentioned it. Thank you for pointing it out. I personally wouldn't do it. I just turn and lateral shift forwards, right? But it is definitely a thing, and there are situations where that will come up and be useful. And I think with the Savannah Masters pushing forward, that could be very useful because they don't have to turn and move and waste their valuable points. But they are going to be spotters, mainly for the Longbow. The Longbow stays back and just shoots. The Whitworth will probably stay back to cover him. Trebuchet and the Valkyrie will probably move up a little bit and do some maybe closer range stuff, but the Centurion, the Panther, and all of those Savannah Masters are getting in there and starting to crack stuff. And again, yeah, that full company, 3 Lancers, all completely built formation, is roughly 1 million. It's a little under 1 million sea bills short of Mad Cat money. So you can do a lot with Mad Cat money. I think I might do one more, and then I'll leave it up to you guys whether you want to see more of this stuff or not, or hear more of this stuff or not. But you stay groovy, and I'll see you in the next one.